state, there is not one good harbor along its lengthy coastline. For centuries, sandbars and shoals prevented ships from safely entering the deep waters of the Lagoa dos Patos, Lake of the Ducks. Gaúcho enterprise, by widening the channel, created a 250-mile landlocked sea and converted 3 inland cities into seaports. The first of these is Rio Grande, at the mouth of this man-made passage. Until the 20th century, this old city was left to dream of its days when it served as a fort against the Spanish. Outliving its usefulness, it carried on as a fishing village and cow town. With the opening of the channel, it has become a bustling port for ships of all nations. Yesterday, Rio Grande was old Brazil, as typified by the architecture of its oldest church. Today, this fine Gothic cathedral, or this Protestant Church of the Savior, gives striking evidence of the transition which has taken place here. Rio Grande has become one of southern Brazil's principal cities. Perhaps its leading industry is this frigorifico, or packing plant. Established during World War I to supply meat for the Allied forces, the company, convinced of southern Brazil's future as a cattle producer, enlarged and developed its plant. Today, through its corrals, daily pass about 2,200 head of cattle and 1,000 head of sheep and hogs. The packing plant provides its employees with a recreational center. In addition to a fine clubhouse and golf course, there are tennis, basketball, and volleyball courts. Rio Grande has recently stepped up its educational program. This school, completed in 1942, has an enrollment of 1,000 students. This newly built radio station is symbolical of Rio Grande's newfound vigor and her determination to continue to keep pace with the times. Thus, an old city joins Brazil's parade of progress. The opening of the inland waterway of the Lagoa dos Patos has given impetus to the growth of the city of Pelotas. Residents of Pelotas also are in step with the forward surge of Brazilian industry. The impressive commercial club building and the busy airport stoutly affirm that fact. To round out and give meaning to their homes and families, the people of Pelotas have erected beautiful houses of worship. In the field of education, they've been extremely forward-looking. This technological institute is attended by 1,500 students from all parts of the state. While the cities of Pelotas and Rio Grande each makes its bid for prominence, it's the city of Porto Alegre, Happy Port, with its 380,000 people, that is the ranking city of southern Brazil. Here indeed is Gaúcho initiative and enterprise at its best. Founded in 1740 by merging 2 small settlements, this frontier town of colonial times today is Brazil's 5th largest city, and potentially is one of the great cities of South America. Through its port passes most of the commerce of southern Brazil. Grains, fruits, vegetables, cattle, hides, wool, lumber, and minerals. The state of Rio Grande do Sul is first in Brazil in coal production, and it's from this port that most of the coal mined here is shipped northward. In addition to being the commercial hub of this productive region, it is the state seat of government. The governor's palace. A splendid formal approach includes the monument honoring Julio de Castillo, a former governor. Among the many other attractive public buildings are those housing the post office and the tax department. This is the City Hall, executive office of the mayor. Very little remains today to link this metropolitan center with the past. The past rapidly is being crowded out by the productive present, which is opening newer and wider roads to a greater future. But to this task, the gaucho is equal. First in commerce, yes, but first, too, in those factors so necessary in giving expression to a rich, full life. The word of God has deep meaning to this son of the Pampas, and he observes it to the letter. To care for the sick and unfortunate, he has built numerous hospitals and sanatoriums. For his sons and daughters, the gaucho has provided fine schools and institutions. In no other human experience, whether it be on his fazendas or ranch houses, or in his city dwellings, has the gaucho found greater reward than in keeping strong his family ties. An entity of its own, almost tribal in its manifestation, is the relationship which exists between the gaucho and his kinfolk. Among the many monuments which stand in this gaucho city, two are significant. This one was erected to the memory of General Osorio. On its base are inscribed his words: "The day I am told that civilized peoples have celebrated their brotherhood by burning their arsenals will be the happiest of my life." The other one was erected in reverence to the memory of General Bento Gonçalves. Inscribed on it are his famous words: "Countrymen, the name of the homeland never sounded in vain in my ears." Love of country, love of brotherhood and peace, that's the credo of the gaucho. That has built southern Brazil, and that's the predominating spirit in Brazil's march of progress.